Being born a man can present you with many challenges early on in life. But one of the best blessings that we have being men is that we get to play the game of leveling up our character. Any man can go from a 2 to like an 8, 9, 10 in many different aspects of life. You see, we see people that we would consider at the top of the social hierarchy, the influencers, the actors, the billionaires, and you think that that is the only way to achieve a excellent standard of life as a man. But what I want to present is the straight 7's system. I mentioned it a lot in a lot of my videos, but I never made a video dedicated to the straight 7's system. And basically the concept of the straight 7 system is that what you want to be as a man is a 7 across the board. Therefore, if a 5 is average, a 6 would be slightly above average, and a 7 would be well above average. Now, if you can become well above average in as many different aspects of life as possible, then ultimately you would be considered a outlier individual. This is a system that I first heard from First Man, so I want to give my flowers first of all. But the concept is that any man can go from a 2 to a 10, essentially. Because all you have to do is be a balanced individual. I don't know if any of you guys are basketball fans or follow the NBA, but I'm sure you guys all know who LeBron James is. And I remember a few years ago, maybe like 6-7 years ago, like LeBron was dominating the NBA because LeBron is a 98 overall player. His stats are damn near maxed out in almost every category. He is that guy. He's the best player in the league, or at one time, at that time period, he was the best player in the league. But despite being the very best player in the league, having damn near max stats, other teams were able to compete with him because they were more well-rounded. Like, I like to give the example of the Spurs. Like, the Spurs had no outlandish superstar, someone that was competing in the MVP race. Nah, but they were the most well-rounded team. They had very little weak points. And therefore, them being the complete package, they were able to take down basically the king, who had the max stats, who was killing all the aspects on his own, but his team was not well-rounded. So I want you to think of that concept in terms of yourself. You want to be more like the Spurs. You want to be well-rounded in every aspect of life. Like, let's say the average man physically looks like shit. He is slightly overweight, especially in America. I do believe the average man is overweight. So if you just aren't fat, then for your body type, you're probably already at least a 5. And if you could just get in a little bit of shape, like not even someone that looks like they go to the gym every day, that looks like they're really moving weight, that look like they're damn near on steroids. Bro, if you just look like you have touched the gym, you are above average in that category. Like, I almost get body dysmorphia because when I go into the gym and I'm looking at people on social media and I'm looking at people that I look up to, and I think that I'm really not shit in terms of my physique. But then I step into the real world and get surrounded by other average individuals, people that just go about their lives any sort of way. And I realize my physique is better than most of them. Do I have a world-class physique? No. But am I probably in that 7 range? Most definitely. And the thing is, bro, you don't got much competition. You need to realize that, bro, most people on this earth are hopelessly average, extremely average individuals. In fact, even though if we're going to use this on the scale of life, your social hierarchy, most dudes aren't even a 5. Because if you really think about it, if you average out everything, the average dude is probably like a fucking 3. He's not in shape. He doesn't make good money. His style is not on point. He has no sort of game. He's not that smart. And all these things, if you average them out, the average person is probably like a fucking 3. So I say that to say that it's very, very easy to get ahead of the game, to get ahead of everyone else, to step into the top 20% of men, because most men are trash. Most men are so fucking average that when you walk past them in a store or you walk past them on the street, you don't have a second thought about them. You will look them dead in their fucking eyes and then immediately forget about their existence the next step that you take. That is the reality for majority of men on earth. But if you just take into account the straight 7 system, where you start getting all of your ducks in a row, like you start getting your money up. Like you don't gotta be a fucking a billionaire to really be running the game. Like, this is what I want you guys to understand. Like, getting to that top point of society is not as hard as you think it is. Because let's look at what is the average income. I should have got some numbers for this, but it's not very high. Let's say the average man is making maybe $2,000 or $3,000 a month. So to be slightly above average, all you need to make is about $4,000 to $5,000. And then if you want to get into that well above average, you may be getting close to that $10,000 a month range. And now you are a well above average individual. Are you rich by any means? No. Are you well off? Most definitely. Are you doing better than most guys on earth? 100%. And you just need to keep stacking these categories up. You need to get as many categories as you possibly can to a 7 or better. And if you add those up, you're gonna realize, bro, most guys don't compete in all aspects. We have a lot of specialists, people that only focus on one thing. Like I'll say in the black community, a lot of guys really only focus on appearance. They wanna look good, they wanna dress well, they wanna have a nice car. But then they're oftentimes lacking in all these other aspects. And if you average everything out, bro, they're not really competing at a high level. They've only maxed out 2 or 3 stats. They may have, their car may be an 8. Their style may be a 9. But their income's a 3. Their physique is a 4. Their intelligence is a 2. They aren't competing at a high level on every aspect of the board. But if you just average these things out and you start competing in every single metric, you will realize that you will quickly elevate yourself in the social hierarchy as a man. And that is one thing I try to stress on this channel, is trying to be well-rounded, attacking life with strategy, understanding that if you can just tackle a couple things in life, and you don't have to be the fucking best. You just got to get a little bit ahead of the ball. And the thing is, bro, it doesn't take that much work just to be a little bit better than everyone else. That's all you got to do, bro. If you're a little bit better than everybody else in every aspect of the game, you're a lot better than these niggas. If you only make a little bit more money and you look a little bit better, you're in a little bit better shape. You live in a slightly better apartment than these niggas. Bro, if you add everything up, you're shitting on them. It's not even a competition. And you sitting here thinking that you got to be a millionaire, you got to have a Ferrari, you got to fucking look like Chris Bumstead, and you don't. You just got to be a little bit better than everybody else. Just shit, if you're a straight 6 across the board, you're probably stepping into the top 25% of men. Because I'm telling you, bro, most men are so hopelessly average, it's not even fucking funny. Like when you go to your job, just look around. I want you to look at the individuals that you were competing with. These are the average individuals. These are the average guys. I go to my job, man. In fact, I used to work in a warehouse. And there are, at any given time, damn near 1,000 people in that motherfucker. It's a lot of fucking people. And I'm not that in shape. You know what I'm saying? I got a decent physique. You know what I'm saying? I'm 6'1", so I am taller than other people, than a lot of other people. But it's nothing special. But I look around, bro, and I don't see any competition in terms of my physique. In that warehouse, when there's on average 1,000 people in there, there were maybe 2 or 3 guys that I would look at and say, oh yeah, they got a better physique than me. 2 or 3 guys out of 1,000 people. And I look at myself and I say, like, I'm not even on a high level. But when you look at the competition, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to get ahead because everyone else is so far behind. I had a comment on my last video that was saying, like, why do we even care about these? What was it about? Like, should you care or should you like break down to your female or whatnot? And the dude commented like, why do we even care about this? It's because you got to have some sort of strategy at life. And if you put in this straight 7 system strategy in your life, bro, it's going to make every other aspect of life easier. And that's the point, is that if you become an outlier male, an outlier individual, when you step into the room, you have presence. All eyes go on you because you are killing it in all aspects of life. It makes life easier. Women come to you. If you want a promotion in a job, you are more likely to get it because they see you as a person that gets shit done, that you have your ducks in a row. When you go up and talk to someone and you're in shape and you're dressed well, you smell well, you look good, you speak with intelligence, they hear you speaking like, oh, this dude seems kind of smart. Automatically, people are going to perceive you in a different light. They're going to think of you as a outlier individual. And that is because you paid attention to all the small things and you started adding them motherfuckers up. That's why I preach so heavily this game of self-improvement, because it is the best way a man can live. Because most men live such a hopelessly average life that their life fucking sucks. The average life fucking sucks. I want you guys to understand that. The average nigga goes to work for 8, 9, 10, 11 hours of the day, goes home, turns on Netflix, turns on the video games, scrolls through social media, and distracts himself for another 3, 4, 5 hours, and then goes to fucking sleep, wakes up, and does the shit again. That is the average life. And then the average dude gets mad and starts complaining and talking about women are the problem and he can't get no bitches because you're a fucking loser, bro. If you're an average dude, you're a fucking loser. But the thing is, bro, it's so easy to get ahead of average niggas because average niggas don't do shit. Like, that's what I'm trying to point out, bro, that it's easy. You don't gotta fucking max out the stats. You don't gotta be a 10 across the board. You just gotta be a little bit better than everybody else. That's why I don't like the idea of niggas not competing. You gotta fucking compete. And I'm not even saying you gotta fucking win. You just gotta get on podium, G. At least get into 4th place. Get near the lead. And then you do that, bro, and you're gonna realize, bro, whoa, wait a minute. There's nobody else doing this shit. That's what you see when you start to put the fucking ducks in a row. You see that, bro, ain't nobody else even fucking trying. Niggas don't even fucking care. Like, that's how easy it is, bro. People don't even understand. Like, I think it's funny that the self-improvement kind of space is such a small space on the internet. Such a small space. When the whole premise is just getting better at life and most people don't even fucking try. So if you just try a little bit and you can get just a little bit above average in as many areas as possible, bro, you're gonna be killing the game, bro. No one's gonna be fucking with you. That's the straight 7 system for you guys. I want you guys all to start striving to be a 7 across the board. And shit, if you can go higher, bro. And in fact, even though I want you guys to be a 7 across the board, you probably got your 2 areas that you probably need to be maxing out. Because if you're a straight 7, if you're straight 7s across the board, and you got a 10 physique, and you're a fucking 8 in money, you're a millionaire, and you are a smart dude, you're a 9 in intelligence, on top of already being 7s across the board, bro, who's fucking with you? Serious, go outside. Go to the mall. Walk around. Especially if you're not in no big city, bro. If you're not in like fucking Miami or Houston or like, bro, if you're in a normal town, you're gonna realize, bro, nobody's fucking with you. The reason no one's fucking with you, because no one's fucking trying. Hey, doses, like and subscribe, man. There are a lot of small fish, bro. Like, we're living in this pond. And there are a lot of small fish in this pond, bro. But you gotta realize, bro, there are some real monsters out in the deep. Out in the deep end. You get deep enough, you're gonna run into the Leviathan. That's what we're aiming to be. You want to be the Leviathan. You want to be the king of all beasts. When you get deep enough, you run into the real monsters. Doses.